Coming up on Wyln News, this woman from Mahanoy City learned how long she'll be behind bars. This is your news choice. Wyln News starts right now.
From the WYLN studios in Hazleton and all over northeastern Pennsylvania, this is WYLN News.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Paula Dagnan. A woman from Mahanoy City has been sentenced to prison for the death of a child. 54-year-old Patrina Hoffman sentenced to 16 to 32 years in prison for the death of 14-month-old Nevaeh Doyle. Hoffman was charged with killing Doyle in January of 2016. The 14-month-old was found dead on the floor in Hoffman's home on West Center Street in Mahanoy City. According to an autopsy, Nevaeh Doyle was smothered to death while Hoffman was caring for her, and the toddler had been dead hours before police were called. Hoffman was found guilty of third-degree murder, involuntary manslaughter, and aggravated assault back in June. A Hazleton City police officer injured when a wanted Hazleton man became upset about police procedure that required officers to search him upon his arrest. 55-year-old William Green faces charges of aggravated assault, simple assault, harassment, resisting arrest, and public drunkenness. Police were called to the area of South Poplar Street and East Cranberry Avenue July 20th for reports of an intoxicated man acting crazy. The police found Green at East Mine and South Pine Street. He told them he wasn't threatening anyone and was walking home but appeared intoxicated, according to police. Green was taken into custody, and after police found he was wanted in New York. Green became agitated when police told him they had to search him, and he attempted to hit an officer while at the police station. One officer sustained a hairline fracture to the arm. Green sustained a cut to the head. Both were taken to Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton, for treatment. Green's bail set at $50,000, and he is now behind bars. West Hazleton Police Department is asking for the public's help in identifying the person in these pictures. Take a good look at the man in the photos. West Hazleton Police are trying to identify him in connection with an ongoing theft investigation. Anyone who may recognize this man is asked to contact the West Hazleton Police Department at 570-455-3733. All calls will be kept confidential. A former Hazleton area school district security guard has reached a settlement with the school district. The former guard, Sir Hayes, claimed that school officials made degrading racial and sexual comments about him. Hayes has received a settlement of $100,000 from the Hazleton area school district. His attorney received a payment of $50,000. In the settlement, Hayes agreed to discharge the district and its employees from any future claims, and he agreed not to file additional claims against the district or with any local, state, or federal agency. A man from Mountaintop faces over 100 felony counts after investigators say they found thousands of images or videos of child pornography on his computer. Investigators were led to Adam Snide back in November when a tip from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children was forwarded to local law enforcement. According to arrest papers, the 42-year-old admitted to having the images and said he felt sorry for those he exploited. He's now in the Luzerne County Correctional Facility. A man and woman who admitted to stealing nearly $175,000 from a church in Kingston were sentenced yesterday in Luzerne County Court. Keith White and his wife Sherry will serve at least 18 months behind bars. He served as president of Holy Trinity Lutheran Church, she as administrative assistant from 2010 to last year when missing money was discovered. The couple must also pay restitution. Time is running out for motorists who have outstanding toll violations with the Pennsylvania Turnpike. A partial toll amnesty program ends at 7 p.m. Friday evening. Toll bills and violations newer than 60 days can be settled by paying the outstanding toll amount in full, while violations older than 60 days may be paid in full with a portion of the outstanding fees forgiven. Tonight at 6 o'clock, Hazleton City Council will be meeting to discuss and vote on what to do about the city's failing money problems. Council will vote to enter into an early intervention program or go directly into Act 47 through DCED. As we told you yesterday here on WYLN News, the city is out of money and could miss payroll later in August. Again, that City Council meeting tonight, 6 o'clock. At City Hall. Coming up on WYLN News, National Night Out highlights, plus, just so you know, the Whitehaven-Freeland exit of Interstate 80 West has reopened. But first, as we head out to break, let's take a look at your 7-day forecast from the WYLN Weather Center. Remember, you can get all your weather information at WYLNTV.com. We'll be right back.
Physical Therapy and Balance Centers. It's spelled different because we are different. Physical is unlike any therapy center you've been to before. If you're tired of living in pain, if you want to move better, overcome an injury or balance disorder, or you just want to improve your strength and conditioning, our highly skilled team of medical experts will help you get back to living the life you enjoy. New mentality, new body, new life. Get physical.
Where are my customers? I think I need help with my website.
Thank you for calling web.com. How can I help you?
I need some serious help with my website.
I could definitely help you with that today.
Awesome.
Do you want to work in a fun atmosphere and help small businesses like this succeed online? Call 1-844-JOBS-WEB and apply today.
National Night Out, an annual campaign aimed at bringing emergency personnel, law enforcement, and the local community together in a non-emergency atmosphere. One was held in Girardville for the very first time last night. WYLN's Maria Senti has more on what community members had to say about that event.
Many communities across northeastern Pennsylvania have participated in National Night Out for many years, but last night was Girardville's first time bringing this campaign to life.
It's a wonderful experience. The fire company, ambulance, the borough department, the police, they do a wonderful job for their community. They're here for them, and it's just a wonderful experience.
Hold them like this. All right.
Leanne Gross is an active worker in the community who brought her son Scott to Girardville's National Night Out.
I'm excited to be here to ask the police officer what to do.
Scott aspires to be a police officer when he grows up, and Leanne says this event was the perfect opportunity to give Scott a glimpse of what being a police officer is really like.
It's a wonderful thing. He can ask them questions to help further his career once he gets to that stage. But it's a good understanding for him to start at.
And that's exactly what this event aimed to provide children like Scott. Between fingerprinting, vehicle tours, and demonstrations on how to use some of the equipment, local emergency personnel and borough workers gave community members a first-hand look at what they do on a daily basis.
Their job is very important in our community, and this is an opportunity for them to show the community in a non-emergency atmosphere what they do and how they support this community.
Aside from teaching community members what these emergency personnel wear, their apparatus, and what they do on a daily basis, the main goal of this event is to bridge the gap between these workers and volunteers and the greater community.
You want to teach kids when you have an opportunity to talk to them, whether it's Fire Prevention Week or it's today, to tell them not to be afraid when they see the fire trucks, not to hide, to stay close to a window or door where we can rescue them. Those are important things, and this is an opportunity where we get to share that.
Many people say they are thrilled their children were able to meet these officers and firefighters in a non-emergency atmosphere.
With them being able to try on the gear and look at the fire trucks and ambulance, they won't be afraid once they see someone coming at them if they're in a fire.
In Girardville, for WYLN News, I'm Maria Cinti.
That's a good look for our Maria. Meanwhile, neighbors in West Hazleton got together yesterday for their National Night Out, and our Julie Stefanovich stopped by and talked to organizers who are on a mission to keep their community safe.
The borough of West Hazleton celebrated its 15th year of participating in National Night Out. The West Hazleton Crime Watch, police officers, and members of the fire department welcomed neighbors to a huge block party last night at the community center on 4th Street. The evening consisted of food, turkey trays, and educational material for all who attended. The annual event lets the residents get to better know their local law enforcement. They also had the opportunity to ask questions and submit feedback.
It's done through the Crime Watch, and we do it in coordination with the fire department here. We have the police department here, and it's an opportunity for residents and community members to come out and get to know the police members in a situation that's not confrontational, talk to them, get to know them, and let them know that they're here to help them.
Shirley Singer is an active member of the community and comes out every year to volunteer at National Night Out.
I've been in the Crime Watch now about 8 years, and I'll tell you, it's a great organization, and we do a lot. We have a lot of speakers that speaks to us, and something like this is nice every year. It's always the first Tuesday of the month every year, and it's good for the children.
Members who attend the Crime Watch meetings learn valuable lessons from representatives of law enforcement.
We do a lot of Crime Watch, and if there's any trouble, they always tell us to dial 911, and with the way the drug situation is and the alcohol situation is, it's a good thing, and it's a great thing. And we sometimes walk around our neighborhood every month, and Halloween we go around with them while the parents take the children Halloween, and it's a nice thing.
For anyone who attended last night's festivities and may be interested in joining the Crime Watch, the process is easy.
The Crime Watch has their meetings the third Monday of every month. We have them at 6 o'clock here at the community center, and all you have to do is show up for a meeting, and we have a little bit of paperwork to fill out, and that's how you become a member.
In West Hazleton, for WYLN News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
Thank you, Julie. And other communities in Luzerne and Schuylkill counties also held events to celebrate National Night Out. First stop, McAdoo. That's where the police and fire departments held fun activities for children and adults alike at the Borough Building. The McAdoo Police Department hopes that hosting events like this will break down barriers between police and neighbors.
It's important to bring actually the community and the kids to get together in one place. They could climb through our police cars. You know, the fire department's here. They could, look at their equipment. We have free food. We're giving out T-shirts to kids. We have fingerprinting. We have identification cards we give kids. It's just a very nice community-oriented program.
And in Whitehaven, their National Night Out was started 3 years ago by a former officer with the Whitehaven Police Department. Last night, volunteers from throughout the community were recognized at a ceremony at Lehigh Field. The police department also has programs throughout the year which educate the area youth.
Great time to be out with the kids. Our department does 90% community policing, where we're out with the kids all the time, whether it's sleigh riding with them, building ice cream sculptures, the bicycle safety programs that we do. We're just constantly out in the public eye, and this just helps us get closer to the kids.
Robert Lindsay is a Ranger 1 at Hickory Run State Park. He came out to talk to the kids about his job with DCNR.
Get on your hands.
Oh, it's great. I love doing stuff like that. You know, I mean, they're the future. Okay, these young men or these young children might grow up to be a park ranger someday. They might be growing to be a police officer. They might want to be a fireman to help out the community in some way.
And if you would like more information about getting involved with National Night Out, you can visit natw.org. National Night Out not over yet. Many will still be held throughout the month of August. Coming up on Briar Creek's News Choice, it's a 40s weekend at Ecklie. We'll have the details in Community and You. Plus, we're sending out some very special happy birthday wishes. But first, let's take a look at today's winning midday lottery numbers. Good luck if you played. Stay with us.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
Green flag waves and we're underway. Here he comes. Pushes out the lead, but is immediately challenged. Bring it home. Woo! Coming to the checker, my man. Yeah. Yeah, there he is. WYLN 35 presents Downtown Hazleton's Car Cruisin' live Friday, August 4th at 6:30. Join WYLN TV's Gary Perna for a live half-hour special exploring the downtown Hazleton car cruising. WYLN, we're your local network. WYLN, first in live sports. We bring you the event, not just the highlights. Live coverage of the high school football season starts August 25th on WYLN. We're your local network.
I'm going to have to stop my tour here of Ecklie Miners Village for just a moment because I'm going to come over here and I'm going to talk to Nicole. Nicole Negron is the, what are your all kinds of education things here?
I'm the Education and Volunteer Coordinator.
And I just had a lovely tour of part of Ecklie, and it's always fascinating. We always have an opportunity to go back in time. And it just so happens that coming up on the weekend of August 5th and 6th, we're going back to the 40s. Tell us about that.
Well, it's an annual event, 1940s weekend. Okay, the main activities will take place here, but we also have the swing dance at the Freeland Park Pavilion on Saturday at 6 p.m. Okay, yep. So when you come here for the main events, you'll get a glimpse of World War II life. Okay, we focus on the home front, so we'll have home front demonstrations, military displays as well. We'll have live music. We'll have, let's see, the Galena Brass. We'll have Paul Riffin the Fiddler, the Blue Notes, and DJ Steve Capwell. Ooh. Okay, yep. Ecklie players put on a radio show here as well. We'll have children activities. We will have a fashion show, swing dancing, swing dance lessons. World War II cartoons will be showing. We'll also have Salty the Rockford Peach, talking about her days in the All-American Women's Baseball League. So it'll be pretty fun.
That sounds like it'll be awesome. I love swing dancing. You think maybe you and I could do a little bit before we... No. Okay. All right. I won't put you on the spot like that, Nicole. For anyone who hasn't been here, what a unique place this is. Can you give us a little bit of the background of Ecklie?
Well, Ecklie is a patch town, which means that it was built and then sprung up out of nowhere for the purpose of housing employees, basically. And so the miners, Lysing, Foster, Sharp, and Weiss, they found there was coal underneath the ground here. So they built this town so that miners can live here.
Wow. Now, how many, as you come into Ecklie, of course, you have a church, but there are so many of these houses that are here. And the one in particular that we're standing in front of is actually a 1940s house?
Yeah, so the inside of the house, which is only open during events. So during our event, all of the interpreted buildings will be open and staffed. You walk in, you'll see how they lived in the 1940s.
Oh, okay. Well, I can tell you from a girl who grew up in a house was over 100 years old, it's quite an interesting thing in order to do that. Now, one of the other things that we talked about was some of the things that you're going to be doing here, but normally what goes on a normal day here at Ecklie?
So you could come for regular admission, which includes a museum and a video. Okay, the video tells you about the town. You can also opt for a guided walking tour. The guided walking tour takes you into the buildings and with an interpreter, and they tell you all about culture and life here. And you get to see the artifacts firsthand. And we also have school programs. So if you come with a school group, you have the opportunity to pick a hands-on activity. So far, we've had butter making, also scavenger hunts.
Ooh, butter making. Wow, that sounds pretty good. One of the other things is the fact that you have a breaker here. You have so many other things. You have a company store. Is the company store actually working?
Well, the company store and the breaker are props that were for the Molly Maguire movie that was filmed here. And we keep them up because the real ones have come down since. And so we have them as an example for people to come in and see how it would have looked.
Oh.
That's pretty cool.
When you also talked about the fact that you do have this particular weekend that's coming up that's focusing on the 40s, you do have other weekends. You have Patchtown Days, you have so many other things. Is there a way that people can get in touch and find out about all these things?
You can see our website, EckleieMinersVillageMuseum.com, or our Facebook page. Or call us and we'll let you know on any events we have coming up.
And what is the normal cost for someone to get in if they just wanted to come and tour the grounds?
So it's $8 just for the museum and video, and $2 extra for a guided tour.
Now, one of the other things that I'm very curious about is how much land does Ecklie take up? I caught her on that one. I'd say a lot.
A lot. We see here the main buildings, but there are also back roads that are full of buildings as well. So I'm not sure exactly, but a lot of land, yes.
So if you're planning on coming and enjoying Ecklie for an extended period of time, make sure you wear your sneakers and you dress appropriately?
Yes, so the guided tour is about 1.5 miles round trip.
Okay, that's kind of what I was looking for. So that gave me a pretty good idea because my tour that I was on when we started this whole thing has now gone way into the other side, and I'm kind of glad I stayed here with Nicole. Once again, Nicole, tell us about, again, the weekend that's coming up for the 1940s, which sounds like it ought to be a blast.
1940s weekend is August.
You would know. Let's not go to September.
1940s weekend is August 5th and 6th, Saturday and Sunday. Saturday night, 6 p.m. in Freeland Park Pavilion, we'll have the swing dance as well.
And where is the Freeland Park Pavilion?
In Freeland, Pennsylvania.
In Freeland.
Yeah.
It's actually, so you're here, but you're also there as well.
Yeah, so Freeland's only a few miles from here.
Oh, that's nice. So then that way we can just go from one place to another and come back. Awesome. All right, I'm going to give you the opportunity I give everyone else, Nicole. Look right into that camera and bring them out here.
Come on down for our 1940s weekend, August 5th and 6th.
And we will have more. Hopefully, we'll come back here again and bring you more exciting events from Ecklie Miners Village on Community and You.
Express Care. Walk in and you walk into the region's most trusted health network.
For over 25 years, Whitetail Preserve Shooting Range, 118 Boulevard Road, Bloomsburg, has provided professionally designed skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields. All stations are handicap accessible, with resident NRA certified shooting instructors on site. There are packages available to fit anyone's budget. Restaurant and catering on site. Our facility is also available for weddings, business meetings, bachelor and private parties. Call 570-384-2314.
WYLN CA35's children's programming is designed with the specific purpose of serving the educational and informational needs of children. In compliance with FCC guidelines, a copy of the children's programming report is on file for public inspection at WYLN, 1057 East 10th Street, Hazleton, PA, during normal business hours, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Monday through Friday.
It is a very special day for one woman living in Girardville. Maud Conway Karwowis, celebrating her 100th birthday today. Last night, members of the Rangers Hose Company celebrated at her home. The company drove a fire truck to her house, gave her a card, and sang her happy birthday. Girardville Fire Department Chief Frank Zingari says it was an honor to help her celebrate her special day.
100 years old, and celebrate and see her face and her enjoyment and her family. Everybody was there. It was just wonderful.
Maud has several ties to the Rangers Hose Company. Her husband was a lifetime member, she a member of the auxiliary. Karwowis is working hard, raising money for the fire department and participating in many of its fundraisers. She says she was speechless when the fire department showed up at her front door.
I didn't think I'd ever reach my 100th. And definitely I never expected anything like this. It's unbelievable.
She says she's grateful for so many people pitching in to help her celebrate, and we all here at WYLN would like to extend a very warm happy birthday day to Maud Conway Karwowis. And happy 100. Wow, that's awesome. And we are going to right now head out and find out what the forecast is coming up right here on WYLN News.
If you haven't found the perfect fishing getaway, you haven't been to Captain's Cove. Located on Henderson Harbor in upstate New York, Captain's Cove offers a variety of accommodations to please just about anyone. The Motel, also located on the harbor, offers a magnificent view. Enjoy free morning coffee, air-conditioned rooms, cable TV, and HBO. The cottage can accommodate up to 8 people with 3 bedrooms, a complete kitchen, washer, dryer, 2 full baths, air conditioning, an outside grill and picnic table. Call us today for rates and information at 1-800-824-FISH.
It's time to find your copy of the Freeland Progress. Look inside for information on the Pennsylvania Dart Tournament and more. The Freeland Progress is free at locations throughout Freeland, Whitehaven, Blakesley, Berwick, Cunningham, Drums, and the Hazleton area.